I guess the best way to answer your question is that the program has been developed by somebody who used to be totally allergic to female leadership programs. I really didn't like to be associated with them in the past. It is through my work at Executive Learning Partnership that I began to see how exceptionally lucky as a woman I have been in my career, never to have had to deal with some of the very, very difficult challenges that I see female talent facing in the companies we work with. So I do know how talented women feel. I do know that they are very, very skeptical towards the leadership program. So I've really looked at what it is that they need in order to be successful in a mainly masculine world, you know, to name it with a bit of a heavy word. And the thing is that it's the best thing you can offer women is a very profound and professional and thorough inquiry into their own strengths and weaknesses, because that's an exercise you seldom do, well, first of all, not on your own, but also not with friends. It's very helpful to get a mirror about yourself. How do you come across? What are you really good at? In what kind of environment do you really perform to the best of your abilities? These are the things that we look at together with, in order to get people ready for this kind of exercise. We give them a lot of food for thought about the need for inclusive leadership, the changes that have come about in the environment. So the macro thinking around leadership, which has shifted enormously over the last couple of years, with the shift from 1.0 to 2.0, etc., etc. So we bring all of that as a context, as a setting, in order to get to that professional inquiry into their individual strengths and weaknesses. And once they have done this, once they have this, how shall I put it, reinforced confidence when they go back into their companies, these people are then very good ambassadors to work with for an internal program, because they have experienced what it has done to them, and they want others to experience it too, but at the same time they now begin to think differently about the context in which they operate, what they could improve in order to become a more female-friendly organization, and they have lots of it. So it's as if you unleash a lot of power that has been hidden. From an economic and a strategic point of view, look at all the research, look at all the numbers. It is crystal clear that if you have at least 3 women or 30% females in your decision-making bodies, that you end up performing better as a company and having a better climate as a company. It's very hard to ignore that research. So that companies should strive, for more inclusive cultures, and that doesn't mean 50-50. Everybody should look at the proper balance, for their own company. But you can't say that the current averages that you see in companies, where it is 85%. In the top ranks, male, and 15% women, that is logical in a world where 60% of the graduates are female, in a world where 80% of consumer purchasing decisions are made by women. That's a bit, there's an anomaly there.